What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Pretty Conspiracy Road, Pretty and Co Road, and today I woke up with a crazy thought on my mind, so I figured I would make a crazy video about it. So, as you can see in the pictures, I had a thought of, what if all these sudden cardiac arrests and, what they're trying to cover as, just freakish accidents, happening. What if this was all related to, what we learn as the rapture in the Bible? We're seeing an increased amount in sudden cardiac arrest in what's supposed to be the healthiest people, athletes, or at least people who, get some kind of workout or are maybe known for taking care of their bodies. Athletes, trainers, different people. As you can see in this article, COVID-19 surges linked to spike in heart attacks. So I'm not sure if anyone else could see the correlation. I know in the Bible it talks about people just, going off to heaven and, just floating up there and everyone could see. But y'all know how they like to play God and stuff, and they like to reenact the things out in the Bible. So what if it's not so literal? What if it's just about random souls, or not so random, being called home, being called back to the world, or out of the world back to the spirit world, by some kind of evil doing. So here's a few of the articles. Let's get into them. It was a couple of things I want to point out. All right, let's get into a few articles. Claims basically link COVID vaccines to athlete deaths. Claim 2 researchers found that more than 1,500 athletes have suffered cardiac arrest since COVID-19 jabs began. An average of 29 athletes per year. They said that the fact checkers say that this claim was false. Researchers cited a number from a blog that lists news stories about recent deaths and medical emergencies among people of all ages from all over the world. So they're saying like some of these deaths weren't linked to the actual jab and stuff, that it was people who died from different causes like cancer, or who may have had, some previous health issues going on. But my whole thing is, I feel like they didn't offer any information to take place of that information. They just kind of shot down the researchers of this information instead of saying no. Well, the real information says, they just said why, every reason why, which could have been made up. We don't know who these fact checkers are. They just gave us every reason why they were incorrect instead of giving us some real statistics. They're like, oh, well, some people had cancer. Well, is it possible to die of cardiac arrest while having cancer? Just because you were diagnosed of leukemia doesn't mean you can't die from a heart attack. Now, is the leukemia your cause of death? No, the cardiac arrest would be, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not, a healthcare professional. So don't take my advice, but this is just my opinion. Now, this says, when can sudden cardiac death happen to young people? Sudden cardiac arrest is thought to be a leading cause of death in young athletes, but it also affects young people not involved in organized sports. It can happen during exercise, or at rest, or even during sleep. In some cases, young people can die from sudden cardiac arrest days or weeks later from brain damage, and that happened. One more, guys. I feel this one's really important. It says Smith Heart Institute study shows heart attack increase has been most prominent in young adults, especially those ages 25 through 44. New data analysis from the Smith Heart Institute at Cedars-Sinai found that deaths from heart attacks rose significantly during the pandemic surges, including Omicron surges, overall reversing a heart healthier pre-pandemic trend. Prior to the pandemic, heart attacks were the leading cause of death worldwide, but we're steadily on a decline. However, the new study recently published in the peer-reviewed Journal of Medical Virology shows that heart attack death rates took a sharp turn and increased for all age groups during the pandemic. All age groups during the pandemic. So I know we talk a lot about things like Project Bluebeam and, you know, how they may try to trick or con people through religion by projecting a religious figure coming down from the skies and everyone thinks it's Jesus Christ. But because we see them acting out these rituals and things on a daily basis, it always seems like they're acting out something from the Bible or some kind of ritual or practice. But guys, what if this is more of a symbolic thing? You know, what if instead of like putting Project Bluebeam out there and having people think that people are dying and, you know, going up, what if they're just snatching souls, you know? But hey, I'm just a conspiracy theorist, and everything I said just comes from my crazy imagination. So here's one more clip I wanted to show you guys really quick. And let's get into it.
Family of a teenage hockey player who died on the ice, about how parents can reduce the risk.
Mike Schoonover says his phone started to light up last night, minutes after Damar Hamlin was injured. What he saw was a painfully familiar sight.
It brought us back to when our son went down, back in November of 2014, with his teammates watching, with people in attendance watching, and that type of thing. So it was heartbreaking to see.
14-year-old Patrick Schoonover had just scored a goal during his hockey game when he suddenly collapsed on the ice.
The interpretation when Patrick went down is that he had a neck or a head injury.
Patrick died that day from sudden cardiac arrest. The Schoonovers say the only clue was Patrick's high blood pressure at his most recent doctor's appointments.
We did not know that he had 2 heart conditions, and so our family made it our mission to.
Okay, so all 6 and 9s aside, because I didn't go through the numbers, I was supposed to, but like all the articles are coded, even in this news clip, you see the numbers. But my only issue with this that really stands out to me, like, look at his shirt, play with heart. Look at that red heart. To me, it just screams something more nefarious, and wouldn't that be like, if you're talking about cardiac arrest and you're saying play with heart, like, come on now, chill. Like, wouldn't that be a little bit too harsh? You get what I'm saying? But who knows? Maybe a play on words, who am I to say what one person can or cannot say or what they should or should not feel. But that red heart just really stood out to me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys can see the correlation. You know how these people play evil, wicked games. Just let me know what you think. Thanks. Have a good one.